what's Dad's ideal date night? Okay, so you both get the answer in your head.
I know what it is.
And now, what's your answer, Mom?
Go ahead. You can say it.
Staying at home and go to bed early, not watching anything, and just being quiet.
Perfect.
That's the nose.
Great.
That's the girl I married. That's perfect.
Hi.
Do we need to be closer to each other?
No, you're great. How are you feeling? Here we are.
I'm hungry. This is my dining table. This is my dinner table.
Yeah.
Weird, huh?
That's weird. Somebody asked me what the podcast was about. I said, no idea.
It's about nothing. It's about nothing. That's
What
how
else was
Seinfeld.
That's Seinfeld.
That's Seinfeld.
So this is
Seinfeld
our version
too.
of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Seinfeld one. Well, there's probably a lot.
Elder Seinfeld.
How are you guys?
Speak for yourself.
How are you doing this morning?
Fine.
I took a walk.
Dad,
Yeah.
Dad, when did you were sound asleep at 9 o'clock.
This is going to be a fun thing. The tapping of the table.
More of it.
Yeah, as much pounding and tapping of the table as possible for the microphone.
Well, that's what I do when I'm live.
I know. So who are we? Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Gideon Grody Patinkin.
I'm Gideon's father.
I'm Kathryn, Gideon's mother.
Great. And this is our podcast.
Number 2.
Don't listen to us. The second episode of Don't Listen to Us. Each week we'll hash out folks' questions. Hopefully, at the end of each episode, we all feel a little less alone.
It's
the idea. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And where are we? We're in a new location. This is
our dining table.
It's in our house. This is who I used to be.
You eat.
I feel anybody that comes in here knows who I was 40 years ago versus who I am now. This is who I was 40 years ago.
And who are you now?
It's somebody different than all this, but this
What are
way
the
it is.
differences?
It's I live with a little less stuff and a little
more lipstick.
less. Do I need lipstick?
No, that's not what I just said.
A little less funk.
You
little more.
You didn't wear lipstick in the beginning.
Oh, I think I always have.
And do you guys think that you're good at giving advice?
No.
That's what makes you great for this show.
That's why I got a call.
Yeah, that's why you got.
I get very excited if somebody actually asks me for advice and I'm able to say something useful or helpful.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that happens more with you with your younger friends.
well, I was just thinking of that. It does happen with my younger friends. I always love remembering your friend Josh, actually, years ago. I mean, probably 10 years ago when he was saying, what advice do you have for young things? And one of the things I remember really meaning is don't be afraid to let people know what you want. Because I had way too much pride to let people know I wanted anything. And I told Josh, let people know.
What did he want?
Well, that's private.
Not private. What did he want more than anything? A portion of...
What? Ice cream? No, man.
And what was a portion?
Oh, it was a whole container.
Up.
But the other thing I said, I also said, Gid, which I really do think is great advice, and I learned it from not listening.
Yeah.
When I first came to New York and I was waiting tables and looking for acting work, and a big deal guy, producer, asked me if I wanted to go to Sardinia for 3 months to coach a young actor in a film.
Yeah.
And I was like, go to Sardinia for 3 months to coach an actor? No, Fred, I'm looking for work in New York City. Well, the movie was Black Stallion. The actor was Henry Thomas. All I did for those 3 months was just wait tables looking for work.
Yeah.
And so from that, I say yes to the unexpected. Say yes to what comes in front of you.
Is that why you said yes to this podcast?
Yes. I mean, just say yes to what falls in front of you, even if it wasn't part of your big, huge plan.
Yeah.
Because you never know. I mean, that's one of the few regrets I have, not saying yes to that job.
That's actually one of the only consistent pieces of good advice I feel I give to people or friends is when they are in turmoil over making a decision and they're so worried about making the wrong decision.
Yeah.
My advice tends to skew towards make a decision.
Yeah.
Let it be the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Then that experience will be a part of your life and you'll learn from it.
Exactly.
This paralysis, option paralysis,
Yeah.
it just gets people frozen
Well, I like
between
one of
things.
my teachers said to me, when in doubt, leave it out. I like that one.
What does that mean?
When in doubt, if I'm not sure if I should say this or that,
Gotcha.
then don't say it.
That's great advice. Especially for you.
I should tattoo it on your forehead.
Yeah. Don't tattoo it on your own forehead.
I won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
I need to tattoo it on family foreheads.
Yeah. Guys, we're coming to our first listener question. So
okay.
our first question today is from Teddy.
And this isn't live.
We don't have to put our things on?
This
Okay.
is something I'm going to read to you. Teddy wrote in, and the thing he wrote about is something we've talked about around the dinner table many times. So Teddy wrote, "Hi, Mandy, Kathryn, and Gideon. Very excited about the show and looking forward to hearing what advice Becky has. Here's my question, and it's a doozy. When is it okay to tell a white lie? Is it better or worse if you tell a white lie to a family member or a stranger? Is a white lie even a lie? What do you think?" From Teddy in Toronto.
Wow. You want to go first? Because I have a big story about this.
I'm a great believer in white lies, Teddy, actually. I really am. I think they're very useful if the alternative is devastating. If the truthful answer would cause harm and devastation, and it's not essential to the relationship for that devastation to be dealt with, then I say a white lie is completely acceptable.
And do you feel it's been pretty easy for you to gauge when it's on that side of things versus the other side?
I do. I don't tell that many white lies, but
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I don't tell that many white
She's a
lies.
compulsive
kid.
liar.
I
White,
don't.
black,
I
red,
just,
yellow, green.
I just think there's no point in harming people unless it's the kind of conversation that you have to get down to fix continuous discomfort.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So then I think it's fine.
Right.
And fine if, I mean, if it's somebody that you don't have a relationship with.
Give me an
just,
example of something you've told a white lie either to Gideon or me. What's
God, there's so many.
Well, just-
I mean, I think I agree with you on what you're basically
Yeah.
saying, but I also think that it's a slippery slope. And even in our own family, there ends up being this practice of don't tell, like everyone's kind of saying sometimes, like, don't tell these two that, or this one that, or these three that, or this one that until this, which ends up, I think, creating like an overprotective, like practice that people can't handle the truth until this moment or until that moment. What came up in your mind?
Oh man, I have a total one of the biggest memories of me and my dad.
Yeah.
Or my dad and me, as Grandma Ida would have said. And so what it was, I think I was around 5 or 6 years old. I don't know the exact date, but my mom had to have a hysterectomy. And so my dad took my sister Marcia and I.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. So my dad took my sister Marcia and I. We were supposed to go to Carl's Hot Dogs on the south side of Chicago to have a hot dog, which were the best hot dogs. And my dad loved the tamales there, and the fries were greasy. But we loved the hot dogs. It was a great Chicago hot dog. One of the true, really original greats. And anyway, we ran out of time, whatever was going on that day. And it was, I think, a Sunday. And we were on our way to Michael Reese Hospital to go visit my mother after her surgery. And we were two little kids. Marcia, if I was 5, she was 8. She's 3 years older. And we're on our way, and Dad says, and my father was incredibly soft-spoken, very gentle man. And he said, listen, when we get to the hospital, Mom's going to ask if you had lunch. Mm-hmm. And we're going to tell her a white lie. I said...
This was the introduction of the concept.
Yes, she literally used that word, a white lie. And I went, a lie? And he said, a white lie? What's that? And he said, we're going to tell her that we had lunch. That's a lie. I know. But Mom will worry if she thinks I didn't get you lunch yet. So she doesn't worry. We're going to tell her we had lunch.
Yeah.
And I could not understand how
that
was
how
right.
That worked.
That was in the same place as I was born November 30th. My birthday came first. My sister was born December 19th, and her birthday was after me, and she was older.
Right.
That was insane. It's even insane as I tell it now, and I'm 73. I know that it's a different
Just
concept.
trying to figure out if I need to explain that.
Yeah,
to you,
really.
how that works.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know how it
You
works
figured
now,
it out.
as
You
a
got
grown up.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
But those two things always were pretty darn confusing to me. But we told the white lie, and then we went to Carl's Hot Dogs after the visit to the
And did you
hospital.
feel guilty about the white lie? Or you were just like, new idea?
No, I didn't feel guilty. I just thought, like, this is really, this is real confusing.
Right. And do you feel you employ the white lie as an adult, that it's been a useful...
I agree with what Mom just said.
Yeah.
Never. Oftentimes, I think people say they tell a truth because they did something they want to be absolved from, forgiven. So they'll tell it to somebody who never needed to know a piece of information. Their lives would have been fine without that information. But they want to be forgiven. They want to clean their slate. They want to be absolved. And my advice is, go off in the woods and absolve yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Don't bring other people that don't need to be involved with something you did or said, or learn.
Right.
I'm not saying don't have a discussion with somebody, a trusted friend or advisor or therapist or whatever, or a religious helper. Sure, talk to people, but don't talk to the person who might be hurt by the information you want to discuss. That isn't necessary. Mm-hmm. And we all make mistakes and go ahead and hurt people anyway. I'm right at the top of the list of people that do that.
You think you're the number one person who's hurt people
I
in the
think
world?
I could be a competitor. I think if there's
I gotta tell you,
entry
Dad,
card.
You're not number one.
I'm not an Olympic. I'm not an
Sure,
Olympian.
you're number one
Well,
at
that's
something.
good news.
Olympic hurdle.
From your mouth to God's ears. I'd love not to be successful
So
in
I
that
think
area.
Teddy. So the idea is it's a human option.
Yeah.
To
Teddy.
do
I
that.
forgot
I like
about
that.
him. I shouldn't have said that.
Thanks, Dad.
I should have said a white lie. How is Teddy?
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
No.
We're just starting our relationship
Yeah.
with Teddy, really.
Yeah.
I had an uncle Teddy. It wasn't my uncle. He was my cousin Alan's uncle Teddy.
Mom, do you think when you're doing this with your hands subtly that it's...
We're on video.
Do you think...
Why don't you just say
Who
shut
do
the
you
fuck
think
up?
can't
It's
see
not
that?
my way.
Oh, wait,
just
I have
look
a
to
system.
Teddy.
You
Oh, you
guys
do?
don't ever need to worry about
Going
moving
on
each
too
other
much?
along.
Okay.
If it's time, just because I'm keeping my eye on time
Yeah,
and stuff, if
yeah.
it's time to sort of get to the end of an idea or something,
Yeah.
I will put my water bottle on the table
Okay.
here. Okay? And that's how you know this
Wrap
is
it
great,
up.
but we need to get to the
Yeah.
end of...
So when you take the water bottle away, we can go back to the idea?
Yeah, you can just go. I want to get to this.
Thank you, Teddy. That was a good. That
No,
question
that was a
reminded
really
me
good
of my
question.
dad, and anybody who reminds me of my dad is a good person in my book.
Love that.
Okay. Wait a minute. There's Becky. She wants to be in the
Okay,
ad.
she can be in the ad. Do you have dog
These
phones?
are great JLab headphones. Few people
Yeah.
know this. They're the most unique earphones for dogs. And dogs have very sensitive ears. So this is the one you want to get if you have a dog.
Which model did you
Yeah,
get?
I got them all. My favorite one is this one, the Epic Open Sport. Epic Open Sport comes in this incredible little case, and it's fun here. Wait a minute, I can even show you this. I just had the thing because I was charging my stuff earlier. Look, you take a UBC. It's what this is called. Look at me with all my language here. UBC. Is that called? What's it
No,
called?
that's just 100% wrong. USB-C.
the cord, that's the plug
USB-C.
USB-C, and then it lights up. You see when it's all
Yeah.
lit up. And then you open it up. You open it up. Has a nice little case.
But Dad, tell me how the actual headphones feel in your actual ear holes playing actual ear sound.
I put them in immediately, and I love it. Takes me away from the noise in my head and puts the music in my being. Look for the blue box at retailers everywhere, or you can shop jlab.com and use code Don't Listen for 15% off your order today. And always keep the JLab tune in your head. JLAB. J Lab. That's the headphone just for me. And if they use that, I'll make them pay.
This show is sponsored by MIDI Health. And let me tell you, I'm so thrilled to learn about MIDI Health because when I was in midlife and when I was going through perimenopause and menopause, they did not exist. I felt alone like every woman going through this was made to feel. And we were made to feel ashamed and embarrassed and to feel that our vibrancy in all areas was over. Do you know today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated? How is that possible? MIDI Health is now here to provide individualized telehealth, which is covered by your insurance, by the way. And they will listen, take women seriously, and encourage you to move on to this next act, get through it less insane than I was. So I really encourage you to check them out. If you're ready to feel your best and write your own second act, visit joinmidi.com today. Book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com, M-I-D-I. The care women deserve. That's progress. Hallelujah.
So this next one is going to be a voice note from Jackie. Let's have a listen.
Hi, Mandy and Kathryn. My question to you guys is, you've been married a long time, and you guys fight and disagree. I've been married now 40 years, and when we fight, it doesn't go away. There's a silent treatment. You go to bed angry. How do you get through the anger and make up? Do you have any advice for me? I appreciate your time, and I absolutely love you guys. Thanks.
Are we going to be talking to her?
No,
No,
that was just
Oh,
a
okay.
voice note.
So we can take these back out?
Yeah,
Got it. What's her name again?
Jackie.
Jackie.
Jackie. Thank you, Jackie.
Oh gosh, Jackie, that's a classic, really, in long marriages. I always love the story when we were, have I told this before in this circumstance, kid?
I mean, you haven't told anything on our podcast because...
Yeah, so I know. Forgive me if I've told this in some other version because it was very profound for me. When we were engaged to be married, we were in Los Angeles and Mandy was doing Evita and we had an enormous fight, like just our biggest fight of our couple of years.
I don't remember the fight at all.
Okay, and I can't forget it. So there is one of the basic differences, mostly between men and women. And anyway, I called up a cousin where we were going to have an engagement party, and I said, we have to call people, and we're not engaged, we're not getting married. And she's like, well, what do I do?
Our cousin Daryl.
And Daryl was like, these are your friends, who do I call? We'll split the list. And I'm crying, and it's over as far as I'm concerned. Then I hear from the
How
other...
old were you?
I was 31. And he was 6 years younger. And then I hear from the other room, honey, what? What are you going to wear? To what? To our party. Daryl, let me just call you right back. Please, I just got to call you back. And I went in the room and I said, what about that fight? And Dad went, it was just a fight.
He already couldn't remember what it was about.
The thing is, he grew up in a family that fought loudly, and that was sort of the dominant, a lot of the atmosphere. I grew up in a family that had council meetings and never raised their voices. So I was very inexperienced in that aspect of being human. Anger, conflict, loudness. And so one thing, Jackie, I think is a fight is just a fight. There's some fights that uncover things. If you cannot move on together, you have to sit down and say, okay, I can't live with this. How are we going to resolve it? But if it's stupid, which I think a lot of them are, if it has to do with the mood you're in or what kind of lousy day you had, and you felt safe enough with your partner just to unload, go to bed. We go to bed angry all the time. I don't believe in not going to bed angry. I don't know where that came from or who was
it'd be
able
nice.
to do it. It would be nice if you could not do that, and oftentimes we don't. But we let a lot of it go after all this time. We just let a lot of it go, I think, and chalk it up. Sometimes we say, I'm sorry about the other night, sorry about the morning, and sometimes we just move on.
Yeah.
We let more of it go now than we ever used to. A little correction here is my family did not fight. My mother fought, my sister fought, and I fought. My father never fought. My father was very quiet and calm and quiet. But Mom never fought in the beginning. She has learned to be so aggressive and fight for what she feels is appropriate or right or wants.
Maybe it feels aggressive to you, but compared to more docile...
I'm comparing it to when we met.
Previous times.
Yeah, many years before. And I'd say within the last 8 to 10 years, she has gradually become quite a different person in this area. And I think it's made us healthier in more ways than one. I don't like the fighting.
Sure.
I don't like it when she's like that. I like the one person I met 47 years ago
docile person.
more than the person who's mean or gives me a face or an attitude.
Who is able to maybe be in touch with her anger.
Yes.
Like
or stand up
somebody
for herself.
else might be.
Yes. Oh, you're saying I'm in touch with my anger?
I'm saying
When have you ever experienced something like that?
I'm saying that I think something I've heard from Mom over the years when you guys have been fighting, that she's had a hard time being able to just be angry when she feels justified, which you haven't had as hard a time.
Yeah.
And I think it sounds like you've gotten better at that.
I remember our dear friend and therapist, Mary Sams, who treated both of us both separately and together as a couple for a while. I'll never forget this one day. She said, Mandy, be quiet. You listen to her. You need to learn to listen to her.
Yeah.
But at that same moment, she says, I may have this wrong exactly how it came out, but she said, you don't understand that some people don't know how they feel. You know how you feel.
Right.
Maybe every minute you think or you do know how you feel. Mm-hmm. And maybe there's someone who you're married to doesn't know how they feel. And there are people that don't know how they feel.
And sometimes people who are so sensitive and people-pleasing that they absorb the feelings of their partner and then are confused with how they feel in that moment. I mean...
Say that again, because that was pretty confusing.
Right. That some people who are people-pleasing to their partners or their family or those around them...
Caretakers?
Yep. That when those around them are having big feelings, they have a hard time being in touch with their own feelings and what they need.
Yes.
Because they're absorbing those around them.
Exactly.
And it can
And
be
they've also been
And I think that's it on the nose, because I think her getting more in touch over the years, 47 years together, has made us a healthier couple. I really do. I don't enjoy it at the moment of anger, but I do think we're healthier. And so far, we always let it go. It's usually a kind of like a little kitty coming in for a hug or a kiss or a hug or just getting in bed and holding each other. And we seem so far, or an ice cream, things like that. We seem so far to let it go. And that's taken a good 30-some years.
Well, part of the reason is what I would do, because I was so inexperienced. I would sometimes know my feelings, but I did not feel comfortable if they were angry.
The bottle.
That was not okay.
The bottle just came out.
Oh. So anyway, I just
Is this supposed to be a silent?
Can I show them what the bottle looks like?
Fine.
This is supposed to be a silent.
It just went like this.
Right. Yeah. That's right. That's
the cue for
All right. I had one other story, but I won't share it.
It's supposed to be my secret.
Well, why not
Yeah.
let her share the other story?
Okay.
No, we were married for 6 months. Dad only wanted to get, Okay, I'm just going to tell this one
Go on,
thing.
I'm not talking.
Because it's weird. All that is true, and yet I had this one moment, at the very beginning of our relationship, and I had blind rage. That's a real thing. I couldn't say anything. It was just white. Mm-hmm. And I actually hit him. I've never done that in my life, on his arm. And I went, I've had it.
That was my favorite moment of the marriage up to that point.
And then I went into the bedroom, and I was so shocked with what I'd done. And a few minutes later, in comes this stick with a white paper towel attached to it.
Yeah.
And Dad looked so happy. It was the happiest I'd seen in the 6 months we've
Because she
been married.
treated me the way I deserved to be treated.
Yeah, and he was like, surrender, And I don't know why I didn't learn from that to keep that going, but it was
She
just not natural
got it
for me.
eventually, but
Yeah.
I was an asshole, and she was like putting up with it.
Wow.
Well, it's wonderfully
Thank
complicated
you, Jackie.
and endlessly
Jackie, the
fascinating.
silent treatment. You go covert when you don't express your feelings. Just say, let's not be silent.
But don't tell everything,
You know?
because remember the white lie discussion. Only from podcast 2.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Gideon, do you know about BetterHelp.com?
I do know about BetterHelp. I have a lot of friends who use it. Recently, it was World Mental Health Day, and this year, BetterHelp is shining the spotlight on therapists, people who truly make the world a better place. I certainly feel that about my own therapist.
I know we screw around a lot on our show, but I'm not screwing around with this. Therapy has absolutely saved my life. And I don't think Kathryn and I would have made it through 47 years of being together. But we've learned that listening is actually a virtue and something that we might try on occasion.
BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. And I know, Dad, that you like the star system. 4.9 out of 5.
What's
that's,
the star system? Oh, 4.9
the
out of
stars,
5, yeah.
the ratings.
Yeah.
4.9
I like
is
that.
really good.
That's how I pick a restaurant. That's how I pick a therapist.
That's right.
That's right. And if they have liver and onions, don't throw that therapist away.
You mean if your therapist feeds you liver and onions?
If my therapist fed me liver and onions, I'd stay there 24/7, 365. I'd be the happiest person ever to have gone to therapy.
Well, if there's a therapist out there who provides such a service, you could probably find them at BetterHelp.com.
This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey today. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/don't listen. That's BetterHelp.com/don't listen.
Mom, Dad, this round will be joined by a live caller, but first, Kathryn, will you read her email for us?
Dear Mandy and Kathryn, first, thank you both for your Instagram account. It feels like a warm conversation with trusted friends. In my first life, I studied stage design at Carnegie Mellon and had the privilege of working for costume designer Ann Hold Ward in New York City, who we know.
Hold?
Hold Ward. Yeah, she did Sunday in the Park with George.
Costume design was my dream, and honestly, I would have been great at it. Anne once told me to earn a master's in art history and come back to her. I did get that degree, but I didn't return. Anne also warned me that costume design is a hard way to make a living, and she was right. I'm someone who values health insurance, a consistent paycheck, and a bit of routine. Still, sometimes I wonder, what if I had stayed? So I wanted to ask you both, because you speak so truthfully about life and choice and joy and grief. How do we let go of that pang over the spark of talent not realized? How do you reconcile a present that is peaceful and good with the potential of a path not taken? And how do you explain to people the unique path you had without sounding like a total ass? With admiration and warmth, Melissa. Oh, wow.
So, Melissa's looking for some advice about regret and paths not taken. Let's bring her in. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Mandy and Kathryn and Gideon. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, Melissa, I loved your letter. I was really, really moved by your letter. You know, Mandy worked with Ann Hold Ward on Sunday in the Park with George.
Yeah.
Yes, I was researching her, and I saw Sunday in the Park with George, and then I pulled up your Instagram account. So that's how this came about.
Melissa, thank you. I loved it. And may I ask? I know I'm not supposed to ask,
You can ask things.
How old are you?
I'm 46.
Oh,
my
God, you're
God,
a baby.
you are so
Okay,
young,
even better.
Melissa.
Even better.
Jesus.
Listen, Melissa. First of all, what I tell young people when I have the privilege to have a conversation with people, anywhere I go, and I'm not a teacher. You put a nickel in me, and I'll never shut up until Gideon holds up the water bottle. But that's something you'll understand down the road. But anyway, what I say to them is if you have a desire to do something, anything in this world, do it. Try to do it. And even if it looks impossible, try. Because you will always regret not trying. But here's the good news. You said you thought about being a costume designer, and for whatever reason, you didn't go in that direction. And I'm sure you've gone in other directions to do other things. For instance, could you just share with me what is the other main thing or several things that you did instead of being a costume designer before I get to my point?
Oh, well, I wanted to be an educator, so I did my K through 12 art education degree thinking I would work in museums. I've done a lot in museums, and now I run events for the University of Virginia, and we're sponsoring a wonderful art exhibition in the fall, for example. So I try to keep myself in the world of art. But the fact that you say 46 is young, I want to cry because
No.
I do not feel that. I feel so old, and you need to be 20 something to get your leg in, or you have to pick up and move your whole life to where the costume designers or the production is. And so I feel very settled where I am, and it also does feel a little oppressive. Like, I know the world is big, but it's very scary to put yourself out there.
So let me just jump to my advice. Forgive me for giving any advice, because who am I? But
That's
nonetheless,
why we're here.
that supposedly has something to do with the title of this crazy venture we're all doing. But my real true advice is, you're fucking 46 years old. You go out and you find somewhere before you drop dead, which is hopefully going to be at least 50 years from now, minimum, maybe more. And go find a community theater or some student that's doing a project for NYU or Columbia or a film school anywhere in the world, and put yourself out there and say that I would like to offer myself as an assistant designer or a designer and participate. I'll go shop for clothes for you. I'll sew them. I'll make them. I'll do this. I'll do that. And do it, because you don't have to do it on Broadway or at the biggest motion picture in the world. You need to do it somewhere for yourself. And I was just speaking to a dear friend of ours, just so you know, about Broadway, who's a major Broadway producer, who said to Kathryn and me on the phone the other day, actually, I think Broadway is really dying. And I'm putting my money, time, effort, and focus on off-Broadway and smaller productions, because I think that's where the heart of the heartbeat begins.
Okay.
And so that's my advice, and here's my lovely wife to tell you why I'm wrong.
No, I don't think he's wrong, but I also think you can think outside the box, Melissa. First of all, I want to congratulate you for being in the arts. I don't think we've ever needed art more.
Yes.
Whether it's events, and Virginia's a pretty important place right now.
I'm a little terrified about what we have on programming for the fall, but I mean, we are saying it's performance as protest right now, and making is so important. So I'm so happy to be able to support these artists.
No, it's incredible. So you are in a creative field, and you're encouraging people to be creative, and you're using your creativity. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's anything wrong with liking a consistent paycheck and a bit of a routine. Knowing who you are and what you need is great, But it's also possible, if you like designing clothing and costumes. One is Mandy's idea, a local theater, and just introduce yourself. The other thing is you can design clothing and have a website. You can know people in your community and say, listen, I really want to express my creativity with clothing, and this is what I'm working on, whether it's a cape or something easy for somebody to wear, or a local shop that has handmade clothes and interesting clothes. Lots of people are finding their ways in terms of sharing creative ideas for clothing. And you
Well,
can explore that.
How do you guys keep your energy?
Oh,
A lot
we're
of cocaine.
a lot of drugs. A lot of drugs, Melissa. Lots and lots of
Because
drugs.
at the end of the day, all this email and the talking and the things that you have to do to then do your passion at the end of the day, it's like, how do you do that? How do you
What
keep
is,
going?
just remind me, because I'm getting older, what is my passion at the end of the day, Melissa?
Yeah.
Taking care of our 3-year-old.
Taking your dog for a walk.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, just for listeners who don't have theater experience, like, how important is the costume designer? Can
Oh
you
my
kind of
God!
like,
It's the only. I must admit to you, Melissa, it's the only diva aspect of myself. I had the privilege in the beginning at the Public Theater to work with Theone Aldridge, who said to me, "Oh, tell me, do you like synthetic or do you like natural products? Do you like pastels or do you like vibrant?" So if I meet some young person that doesn't even ask me what my character wears and said, "This is what I picked out for you," she's in very friggin' big trouble.
No, it's
You
a
know?
relationship.
It's
Yeah, that's what I love.
relationships
Yeah.
and they're very important. Really, in the last 20 years, I've basically been dressing myself from home with people, but it's extremely important, very intimate relationship where, you explain to the customer your vision of the character and she helps you bring that to life. And I do think just investigate all the options. Melissa, you are not over in this area at all.
yeah, I think there is a poison in the culture when we're only seeing operating like at the most ambitious or the highest level of and we're missing out all these other creative opportunities around us.
Yeah. Here.
And I hope
I love, my teacher said to me, my teacher was my therapist, who's a friend. I love this man. And he said to me, "You don't know what's going to happen in the next millisecond. You have no idea what the future holds." And
Well, that's what terrifies me a little bit, to be honest. I mean, I think the older we get of what we experience in life, it's like I'm almost afraid of what we don't know.
So here's another thing from my teacher. I'm not so smart with these answers, but my teacher was, then stay with that fear, stay with that terror, walk around with it, breathe with it, eat with it, play with it, and don't try to fix it. Your brain, if it needs to, will get rid of it, and it'll get bored and tired with it. If it needs to stay with that fear, it'll keep you from touching the fire on the stove like when you're a little kid. But don't feel you got to run away from all your terrors. Just live with them, stay with them, breathe with them. They are the food of your life, and they're not bad.
Yeah,
I love it.
Enjoy what you do and find a way to find the people in the community to do it. Just think creatively outside the box.
Melissa, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
And just remember, don't listen to us.
Yeah.
So this is a fun and games part of the show. We're going to
We should have some music, a little fun and games music.
we probably will.
I'll put that in later.
We'll take a little break from the intensity of the world. This week we're doing a little quiz thing. So it's called How Well Do You Know Each Other? It's a very low rent version of the dating game, if you remember that at all. So here's how you play. I'm going to ask...
I hate this game right off the bat.
I'm going to ask one of you a question about the other, and then you both think of the answer in your head, but be honest with what you've thought.
Okay.
Dad, you can take your headphones out if you want.
And don't speak.
Don't say it until I say,
What?
Do you have
Yeah.
the answer?
Yeah.
And then we'll see if the other person's guess is right about you. Okay? Okay, so Dad, what's Mom's favorite breakfast food in the morning? So get it in your head what you think your answer is, Dad. And Mom, you get in your head what your answer is.
About Dan.
No.
Oh, about me.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? So no cheating.
Does she have the same question as me?
Yes. What's Mom's favorite breakfast food in the morning?
And hers is what's Dad's?
No,
No, no.
it's Mom's. Oh, God.
Right.
Somebody shoot me. Here's the question for both of you. What's Mom's favorite breakfast food in the morning? Okay. You know what your answer is. Dad, say your guess out loud.
Nothing. She doesn't eat till 12.
And Mom, what was your answer going to be? that you guessed. Don't change it.
Well, it was going to be like eggs and toast, but at noon.
Okay, so
it's lunch,
kind of right.
So,
Brunch.
yeah.
Okay.
not a breakfast food.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
That was disappointing that we got it sort of right. for
No,
you.
that's, you know,
We
that's
shared
impressive.
an element
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a
okay.
prize? Do we get a prize?
Yes.
What is the
More
prize?
marriage.
Yes.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for both of you. Can you name who my first kiss was?
Yes.
First name only.
Vicky.
Marion, the one that you gave the little green charm bracelet
Well,
to.
Dad is right,
Oh,
and,
my God.
and Mom is wrong, and I've never even known anyone named Marianne.
What was your name?
that's,
Wait a minute. Wait.
That was very good, Dad. That
believe
was very good.
Oh my God!
Mom can't
I'm
believe
furious.
she lost that one.
I can't. Wait a minute. That was
Okay,
the-
Dad,
Remember
Mom.
when you gave
Hey,
the little
let's
necklace
look at
to
me
There's
on
no
that.
getting out
Let's
of being
look at
wrong
me.
about
You were
this.
wrong.
I was wrong.
Oh my God.
Okay, Mom, when was the moment Dad...
Vicky and not
when
Jessica.
was...
Oh, don't get out of it.
No,
Okay.
you're just wrong. When was the moment Dad knew he was in love with you?
Yeah, I know.
Well, he would say at our first
No,
rehearsal.
what would you say that he would say? Oh, yeah, I guess.
I
what
would say
you
he would say at our first rehearsal
For a play you were
for a
doing.
play.
And Dad, what would you say?
Well, I'd elaborate a little bit. We were doing a play by Michael Weller called The Split.
Oh, not the whole elaboration.
Okay, but we were sitting at a checkered red and white tablecloth like an Italian restaurant, and the game was we improvised all these things that people say to each other, that are interested, like you'd say when you're courting or looking to see if you can have a first date.
Yeah.
And we improvised this for 45 minutes. The director left the room, and I realized in the middle of it that this is the person for me.
You thought you were in love with that person?
There was nothing I didn't love about that person. And it just escalated until it crumbled, and then it escalated again, and then it crumbled, and then it escalated, and then it just became
Yeah, that's
normal.
just-
All right, let me tally up your guys'
Okay, but that was
scores.
not my. I didn't have that feeling. I just thought he was crazy and very talented.
Well, he didn't ask
Well, that
you
wasn't the
Oh,
question. Mom.
sorry. Okay.
Okay, your score is
Okay.
Do something loving toward
okay.
me.
Kathryn 73, Mandy 72. Very close. Okay,
Oh,
we'll see
wow.
how you do
How
next.
did you do that?
I
The
lost.
story.
He loves you
Okay.
more.
Yeah.
So
Clearly.
we're at the end of this episode 2. Thanks guys so much.
Thank
We folks out there, we want to hear from you. More questions, stories. Send us advice. We want weird, playful, fun stuff in the mix too.
Good recipes.
Yes. Did we say something you disagree with? Let us know how wrong we are. We'd love
Yeah.
to hear
that's-
that.
I'm sure.
Recipes that aren't hard to cook.
Yes. Although you got to learn how to cut an onion for this next
Yeah.
Next movie, I
Right.
got to get
I'll
some
work with you on
cooking
that.
Yeah.
skills.
Send an email to askmandyandkathryn@gmail.com or check out our socials for an easy way to send us a voice message. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. And let's be perfectly clear.
Don't listen
Listen
to
to
us. Please don't
Kathryn or
listen to
Mandy or
us.
Gideon.
Yeah.
Don't listen to us.
Would you like to do a sign-off song? It's optional.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Every time I think about the things I think about episode 2.
Two.
Every time I think about the things I like to think about, I think about what to do and to.
Do.
Don't Listen to Us is a Lemonada Media original, hosted by Mandy Patinkin, Kathryn Grody, and Gideon Grody Patinkin. Created by Katrina Onstad, Debbie Pacheco, and Gideon Grody Patinkin. Executive producers are Kathryn Grody, Gideon Grody Patinkin, Mandy Patinkin, Katrina Onstad, Debbie Pacheco, Jessica Cordova Kramer, and Stephanie Whittles Wax. Our engineer is Ryan Derringer of Welterweight Sound. Video and audio production by Mark Whiteway of Bellows Media. Thanks to Lemonada's lead engineer, Ivan Kurayev. If you haven't subscribed to Lemonada Media Premium yet, now's the perfect time. You can hear Don't Listen to Us completely ad-free. Plus, you'll unlock exclusive bonus content like behind-the-scenes conversations, questions so weird they didn't make it on air, Becky the Dog shenanigans, and more. Just tap the subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, head to lemonadapremium.com to subscribe on any other app, or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership. That's lemonadapremium.com. Don't miss out. We want to be really clear. We are not doctors or licensed therapists, just people with a lot of opinions. If you're facing a serious issue, especially related to mental health or addiction, we strongly encourage you to speak with a qualified professional. You are not alone. You deserve real help, not just a podcast.
Hey, everybody, I just want to remind you that my beautiful wife's play that she wrote and performs, a one-woman show called The Unexpected Third, then there's some more to the title that I can't remember.
The rest is a radical, rollicking rumination on the optimism of staying alive.
Also known as The Unexpected Third.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Malvern, Pennsylvania for quite a number of weeks.
Yeah, it's from September 17th to October 19th, and Malvern is just outside Philadelphia.
Right, so it's not far. It's like a suburb. I'm telling you, I saw an early rendition of this play in a rehearsal studio with nothing but neon lights on the ceiling, and it blew me away and everyone else in the room. I obviously am prejudiced. I'm a fan of my wife. She's written many things, all wonderful, but this one, I swear to you, you will not be disappointed. It takes the cake. It is her gift to us all. Come see it.
Yeah.
It's
my favorite show.
Yep,
Mom is having to suffer through us.
It's very
she
uncomfortable sitting and hearing this, and I'm a nervous wreck. You'll never like it as much as you
Yes,
did
he
when you
will.
saw
What
it.
are you talking about?
That means it's going to be good. She's a total actress in this way. Always worried.
The Unexpected Third at the People's Light Theater in Malvern, Pennsylvania from September 17th to October 19th.
Starring Kathryn Grody.
The one and only.
It's a wonderful place.